and the extra layers of it by this incredible show that Kendrick did, the pop-out show, it's changed hip-hop history.
Well, this is what I'll say in regards to that, we'll close. Our first episode here, Jeremy, what was Elliott wearing?
An OVO Scorpion jacket.
And what is he wearing right now, Jeremy?
A Ken and Friends, the pop-out shirt.
Let me tell you something. This last night was the first
You don't have to tell me.
Last night was the first time. Like my man Frazier from
Shout out to Frazier.
I took so many photos with fans in the West. It's the most love I ever got in the West Coast. One night, I took so many photos. Everyone was excited to see Wine in the building. Like that's the most love I've ever felt from the West Coast in one night.
There's no going back.
Beautiful.
You're a part of the West now.
Hey,
I'm not ready to renounce yet. I'm West Coast Wilson, but I'm not ready to renounce the East.
I just want to say, let me back into Canada. I do have to go there in July. I know that I'm.
What are y'all copping pleas for, bro? What the?
I want to get back into the country. My family's there. I love Canada still, but we got to wrap.
One last thing. Kendrick's set. DJ Hed, break down how you feel the actual set. Kendrick Lamar set.
He's a surgeon, and I think he set the tone with the first record. And
wearing the Pac-inspired outfit. What's going on with that?
And changing the lyrics too. He told Drake, "Give the ring back, and I'll show you some respect."
That is extremely surgical, and I've never seen anybody execute like him.
They say he did not drink any water. What is this level of conditioning he has?
I've never seen anybody execute in real time like Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. I've never seen anybody as surgical and as tactical as Kendrick Lamar Duckworth in the way that he approaches things. So when it comes to those think pieces on YouTube about, like this means that and this is that, and it ain't that deep. Like he's not doing that. But when it comes to the way he presents to the world, that's always intentional every time, in my opinion.
West Coast.
That he rose to the moment.
West Coast. We may not know which way to go on this dark road. Tell them.
Yes, Elliott Wilson, man. The bigger picture. This feels like a very special episode.
Jeremy Hecht here. Who do we have?
One of the friends.
Yeah.
Hi, friend.
I'm an affiliate.
Yeah.
Remember?
We're friends. Hey, did anything go on last night?
I don't know. I was in bed. What happened?
There was rumors that this big concert happened, that there might have been some involvement.
You see my T-shirt?
Oh yeah! Shout out to Elliott Wilson. He blessed me with this T-shirt because I was preoccupied and I couldn't get
other things.
He's on that stage, man. DJ Hed and Friends. What happened, man?
I couldn't get my own merch.
Did your little brother make the event? Did you let him in?
My little brother was sitting next to Jeremy.
I did.
Oh, so you let him in? So you faked us out the whole time about everything?
Well, no. What happened was Elliott Wilson was able to give me some tickets, and
that's the lie.
I gave it.
You know what's crazy? I ran into somebody. First person I see, no joke. First person I see, they run into me. They go, "I knew Hed would let you in the building. I knew he was just messing with you." And then he goes, "I love what you guys are doing with the bigger picture. We got fans out here."
I know. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's been checking out the show. I've been hearing a lot of good feedback about this little thing we got. Our little struggle show, as Elliott was saying.
Yeah, we're struggling.
We left this situation. We had a conversation about me and Jeremy were begging for tickets last episode, trying to get in. I want to say for the record, I bought my ticket. I spent like a G on whatever
Elliott?
Resale investment.
It's culture. And that's the thing. Can I do a quick sidebar?
Yes.
I have no respect for people who don't feel they needed to be in the building. They talk all this mess like I gotta pull up. New York people like I'm gonna pull up. Yes, history. Blah blah. It's just like you don't want to be part of the culture. Like I get the stream and God bless the stream. And a shout out Timothy Henshaw, formerly Amazon Music. New company's free lunch.
Agency.
Shout out Tim. So it's great that the world got to see it on stream, but you don't want to be in the building? This is hip hop.
Once in a lifetime.
That's just being a journalist. Like that's documenting the culture. It's like you're not going to get on a plane and fly to California. Shout out to B-Dot. He flew in. The girl Taylor, who works with Charlamagne the God, producer.
Shout out to Taylor Made It.
Taylor made it for real.
Yeah.
I don't know who else from the East pulled up, but like just in general, it's like you're not going to be in the building. I'm part of history. It's like, and it lived up to the hype beyond. Like it's definitely one of the greatest nights in hip hop I've ever been a part of.
You actually, I saw you with Dave Free. You posted that
that's
picture.
At the end. Okay, so look at the highs and lows. I had to pay my way to even get in the building. And then by the end, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just rolling with, I see Anthony Soleil, I hug him. And all of a sudden, the show ends and everybody's going that way. And I go just sneak backstage. I walk with purpose. So I get to the backstage area and then I'm just trying to say low, and I start walking behind Tim, and then it was like, I guess we were going towards Kendrick's dressing room, and it was like, no, you got family. So then I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I was like, I'm not trying to be anybody's business, personal business, whatever. So I pull back, and then I go in another room. I come back around, and I didn't see Dave at first. I saw a group of people talking, and then Dave was over there, and Dave was like, Elliott's up here. Da, 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 da. So I came over and started talking to them. Shout out to my man, Armin. I can't do his last name, but he's an incredible photographer.
Amazing photographer.
Armin, right? Yeah. He captured the night amazingly. So, yeah, he caught that candid of me and Dave fooling around. Conversation backstage. Pause. He wasn't fooling around. Not fooling around like that. Talking about life and the culture.
Yeah, you guys have any conversations in particular that were about the music?
That's off the record.
Okay, what I will say though, we do have to note that this dispelled a lot of conspiracies.
Look at
for me.
So I got my little geeked up like fake Chuck Taylors I have, just like a fashion.
Yeah, what are
version of
those?
it. I don't even know. My wife got me these. My wife styles me, so I don't even know what these are. But
that makes sense.
Yes.
Somebody said our.
What does that mean, DJ Hed?
Well, I'm nothing.
No, but hold on.
And then Dave guys are so like, why do we have like matching sneakers and shit? Like we're brothers.
No.
Okay.
Them ain't those.
The original Chucks.
Yeah. What you got on ain't those.
I'm trying to be West Coast Wilson. Why can't you embrace it, my brother?
Coast Wilson,
You got
I like
the Chucks
that.
on.
And Jeremy, do you know the new theory from all the OVO stands?
Well, I don't know if it's the same one. The one that I was going to say is they thought that Dave Free was nowhere to be seen. They thought that Whitney was nowhere to be seen. But you posted this picture because they're all like, oh, maybe what Drake said on Family Matters is true. So when I saw this picture, I was like, you got to send that picture.
Proof that Dave Free had his own dressing room. Dave Free was in the building. Shout out Dave Free. Shout out Anthony Soleil. PG Lang was in the building. They was holding it down. But I'm saying the new theory for people that don't know is that we ended on the rat emoji last time.
Yeah.
But the real problem why Drake's mad at me and I have a fallout with Drake is because I connected with this brother who opened up the show.
What?
DJ Hed and Friends.
How you gonna just dump a
the
whole
Coast Guard of the West
Coast Guard,
Coast.
yeah.
To do a show with the Coast Guard of the West Coast at a time like this, when Jake and Kendrick in a battle was a diss to Drake. And that's the real reason why me and Drake had problems, because I decided to get in business with you.
Wait.
DJ Hed.
Hold on, fuck all that. Time out. You're saying that your issue with him is because of me?
No, I'm saying the OVO stands new theory.
Drake's issue with Elliott is because of you.
That's cap. It's no. First of all, that man probably don't know who I am. Second of all,
That's cap too.
That's cap.
Second of all,
You opened the show of the concert. Can we get to this? It was DJ Hed and
Somebody sent
Friends.
him the flyer.
Can we pull up DJ Hed and Friends, Mustard and Friends, Ken and Friends? Like that was. How do you? First of all, can we go back to that? Let's go back to that. How you out here talking about it and now you're on the bill? Let alone you gonna pull up as a guest. You're on the bill.
When did you find out? When did you officially find
Look
out
at
that
this
there
guy.
was something?
Effective immediately. I need some answers. Effective immediately. Please.
oh man, what do you want to know? What's the question?
From the time we sat here talking about the show,
Did you know?
when did you get added to the
I
show?
got questions, bro.
DJ Hed and Friends, 4 p.m. He started the show. I'm trying not to yell like a podcaster. Podcasters yell. I'm not going to yell.
Well, you need a beanie.
I'm going to be honest. My most exciting was it the day before or the day of the show that was announced that this was the lineup? Day before?
Yeah, day before I think.
Was day before they announced
Yes.
it? Okay, so imagine us, Jeremy, me and you. Me and you talk as friends.
Yeah.
Two-thirds of
I-
the
We're just friends.
Two-thirds
You're
of the
DJ Hed
bigger
and friends.
Two-thirds of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You brilliantly ask him and broach the subject of, hey, can we have a team, can we all pull up and have a good time as friends, colleagues? He dodges us. He disses his little brother. He sacrifices his little brother to dismiss us.
Do you think we could take a nice little retreat to the Ken and
You
Friends
mean we like as
show?
in us?
Yeah, us three. We could go together.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought this up.
Jeremy's like,
because-
how can I get in?
I'm just saying for the squad,
Let me answer this, because I provided some visual aid, and I would like to share this with the world. For everybody reaching out to me, this is a text message from my brother. He says, "Yo, bro, are you going to K-Dot's concert on
going?
Juneteenth?"
Here's where he started wrong.
Let me read it.
My bad. Yes. He
Yo,
started
bro,
wrong.
are you going to K-Dot's concert on Juneteenth? I said, yes. He said, can we go? What did I say, Elliott?
No.
Okay. And then,
No.
then he says, laughing my ass off, worth the shot, have fun. What did I say, Elliott?
West Coast.
Okay. So there is no one on this stage, in this building, or in my phone that I love more than my little brother. And that's my text with him. So I want to take this as a general statement for life and everybody that I love. There's nobody in my phone, on my social media, or in this building I love more than my little brother, and he can't go. So you know where you stand. That's just where I don't have no juice. I don't have no pool. I can't do nothing for you. West Coast.
But you're good. You'll be in the building.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then the day before the show, it's announced that not only is DJ Hed going to be in the house, he's part of the set list, that he's setting off the whole event. He's literally the opening act of one of hip-hop's most historic nights. You got DJ Hed and Friends at 4 p.m., then Mustard and Friends at 4:45, and then Ken, calling him Ken is still nuts, Kendrick Lamar and Friends at 5:45. How does this happen, DJ Hed?
How does it happen?
So when does it happen? How does it happen?
When did you get the call?
What's the perspective?
Ironically, me and Jeremy went to go eat.
I witnessed this and didn't know.
Y'all having secret dinners around me too? What's wrong with the team, man?
Well,
fuck that. I'm yelling like a podcast this episode. I'm yelling like a podcast this episode.
We happen to be at the studio where we're
So
at right now.
So look,
We walked
West
to go
Coast
get
Wilson
lunch.
is upset.
No,
He's
look.
upset.
I didn't even know he was going to be
This is
here.
a private conspiracy that Jeremy has concocted to get you out the paint. So I'm joking.
Coincidental lunch.
So look,
Coincidental.
we just I'm a fat ass. I like to eat. That's what they call me online. I'm fat, so I like to eat food. So
Crazy liver.
I went, huh?
They said fatty liver.
Yeah, I got fat neck, all that kind of shit, right? But anyway, so I like to eat. So we go grab lunch after we
Lunchtime. Okay, lunchtime action. I can forgive that. If it was a
lunch.
dinner, I'd be mad. If it was dinner, I'd be.
What the fuck? It's not a date. I'm literally hungry, and we went to go eat food after we filmed the show.
Oh, y'all left after the set?
I don't know
this
if
was
it was before.
another day. This was.
Oh no, it wasn't even.
separate
It wasn't even
day.
after the
not
show.
shoot day.
I happened to be in the area and doing some other
Okay,
business.
okay.
Anyway, we grab lunch. I get a phone call, and Jeremy's just because I'm like on the phone, and I'm just like,
Affirmative. I could do that.
yeah.
And the show had been announced.
That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. I'm trying to be,
Stone face with it. You
And
know
Jeremy
what I'm
and Jeremy's looking at me like I'm about to ask him to go to Sadie Hawkins. Like he's like,
I was excited to know what the call was about.
and he's like, yo, so like was that about the show? Yes, it was about the show, Jeremy.
Oh, so you had the tip. So
And
not
no,
Jeremy knew
can you
about
let
it.
me
No.
Can you
Let
let
me
me
finish? I didn't.
You gotta let me let Elliott.
There's no conspiracy here. I did not know anything.
Why am I an angry podcast in this episode of the Big Picture?
I did not know
gotta
anything.
stop. I gotta calm down. I'm excited.
So okay, so I'm like, yes, that was about. He was like the light. I'm like, yes. He's like, I'm like, I can't say anything.
What was this, Jeremy?
This was last week. And
Okay.
This is where
After we did our tape?
after we did our taping.
How many days after our taping?
Maybe
2 days after.
I'm a reporter. You see my journalist shit
He's
kicking
asking
in?
the hard
So-
hitting
I'm
question.
a journalist,
I need
man.
details, goddamn
So
it.
this from my perspective. So I was in the office. I happened to be getting some hard drives for more footage. Okay. Head walks in. And I was like, oh shoot. He's like, I'm here for another meeting. We were waiting on some people, and we're like, oh, let's go grab lunch. Okay. So I witnessed this phone call, and I say, kind of like we did on the show. I was like, okay, can I guess who's on the lineup? And you don't have to tell me yes or no. You can just react. Okay. So this is where he duped me the most. I said, I think I went like, are we talking like a 50 Eminem type? He said, this is all he said. He said, think about who I am. Okay. So I go, all right, West Coast. And I think, okay, West Coast, who's at the top of the West Coast? And I say, Dre. And this is what DJ Hed says to me. He says, Jeremy, when's the last time you've seen Dre and Kendrick in the same building together? When have they been on stage together? That was like 10 years ago. You think that's happening again? And I go, oh, all right. So this is me telling people, walking around telling people, I hear there's going to be a special guest, but I know it's not Dr. Dre. That's my insider information.
You let my GI in?
I'm walking around
Crazy?
literally, she was sitting next to me. I said, you know what? And you know, obviously she works with you, so I name dropped you. Besides, I wouldn't. But I was like, you know, Hed said Dre isn't gonna be here.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
So what was that call?
The call was just, well, the first call was about the lineup. The second call was, we want you to open the show.
Woo!
Wow. Can we clap it up for DJ Hed?
Come on, my Cole.
A part of history.
I lost my Drake friendship for this.
And what was
Yeah,
your?
well, you got a picture with Free, but
How did you
I'll
feel
take it.
initially
I'll take it.
when you got that call?
didn't really. I'm still processing. Honestly, I haven't. It was to me. So to be transparently honest, when I got the call, it wasn't like excited. It wasn't like oh my God, this is life changing. It wasn't even like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a part of this moment. It was like, how do I execute this? And how do
You
I
went
get
right into work mode
immediately?
to earn the moment. You got the moment, but you wanted to make sure you earn the
It
moment.
has to be right because Dot. So the thing is, Dot and Dave and Ant, these are my homies. You know what I mean? I know Ant longer than I've known Dave and Dot. You know, me and Ant used to pass out flyers in front of the club. Like we were promoters. Like we used to pass literally. I know kids don't know what those are. They were like printed flyers. We used to pass them out. It wasn't digital.
You talking about Anthony Soleil?
Yeah.
Wow. Dope.
My girl's brother said he saw you was SoFly DJing at SoFly parties.
So fly parties,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
That used to be a thing. And so we come from back in the day. Like me and Ant go back to like 2004, 2005. Like these are my real homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of like why all of the back and forth. It's like, who is DJ Hed? No, like Maul was like, he probably even know these niggas. It's like, I mean,
Yeah, pop out on them real quick. Give people your history. Like, what led up to the relationship with?
well,
Kendrick
like
and
I
this
said,
woman?
me and Ant go back to club promotion days. I met Dot. I met Dave doing TDE with my big homie G Malone and Top. Like G Malone and Glasses Malone and Top are like homies.
Shout out Glass Malone.
Shout out to my big bro. G Malone and Top Dog are like homies, like from the street. They both from Watts. They neighborhoods are around the corner from each other, down the street, around the corner down the street. You know, they're not that far. Watts is a small environment. And so we used to go over there all the time and work with them. Like if you go listen to Ab Soul's, I think his second album, Long Term 2, I'm on the album. That was from 2010. You know what I mean? Like these are my real homies for real. It's a song called Song Cry where he was like, yo, Hed, I'm checking you out on the DJ shit. I had just started DJing when I started hosting stuff for them, like doing stuff with them. Ali was in there working with a broken mic, tube fucked up. But I mean, it's just like our history is different. And so I think that's why we're not boisterous. Like that's not why, but I'm saying a different line of consciousness I'm having right now is we're just not boisterous people. I don't go around and be like, yo, I got, you know, I just talked to Kendrick yesterday. Like that's just not, it's not how we get down. You know what I mean? Like I don't even wear jewelry. You know what I mean? We're not, where we from, on my side of town, you're never gonna get that flamboyant. You don't see Top Dog even flamboyant. Top Dog have more money than everybody.
You don't even see Top Dog.
You don't even, in Top, wear a hoodie and a hat. Like he don't, you know what I mean? So you don't see that. J-Rock got a Grammy. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like he's a Grammy and a key to the city. You know what I mean? Schoolboy Q is rich in real life. Sorry, Q. But like,
Legend.
I'm just saying that.
Golf game is crazy.
Yeah, I'm just saying that to say like these are like, we just don't flaunt
You're taught to not carry yourself that way.
we don't
either,
carry
right?
ourselves in that way because in LA, when you carry yourself a certain way, you either breed jealousy and envy, or you a lick, or whatever come with that, right? Long story short, I met them like 2004, 2006 ish, because TDE was established in 2004. Actually, this year is the 20th anniversary
Shout out to that.
of TDE.
Salute.
And there's something special coming for that.
Oh man, word. Okay.
Yeah, the 20-year anniversary of TDE. There's something coming really, really big and really special for the 20-year anniversary of TDE.
And shout out to the new generation. I saw Ray Vaughn backstage.
And I had Ray Vaughn on my set, but
Shout out Ray Vaughn.
I'm just saying all that to say like our lineage just runs deep. This not no industry shit like Elliott and Drake. You know what I mean? This is
So that's why it ended, because of my friendship with you. That's
no,
what
I'm
happened.
just saying like these are my real,
this is real.
friends. Like we was broke together. You know what I mean? Like I remember one time we came home. I don't know if I should share this. Whatever. We came home from the road. We went on the road and Dot had this old busted ass BlackBerry. It's terrible. It was a joke. The trackball was missing or whatever. And we came home from the road and one of the homies called me. He was like, yo, I want to do this show. You know, can you give me J-Rock? I'm like, you can't get J-Rock because I know you ain't got no money.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what about, you know, the dude he be with? I'm
Young
like,
boy.
He's like, K-Dot. I'm like, I can get K-Dot. Like, what you got? He's like, I ain't got no budget. I'm like, you got to give me something. He said, I can give him 500 $500.
500. Look at this.
So this is literally in 2010. This is 2010.
Wow.
So we had just came home from the road. We was eating sandwiches and noodles on the road. It was an independent grind tour. Shout out to Tech Nine. We came home.
Forget about the opening for Tech Nine.
Yeah, we went on tour with him.
Yeah.
And so we did that too. As soon as we came home, I called him. I was like, "Yo, Dot." He's like, "What?" I was like, I said, "The homie wants you to come do a show for him. He got 500." I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it. I need that. I need that right now, like in a real way." And so I think it's like we have those connections, whereas I think that people don't understand the lineage.
So how do you even process that when you see him literally like?
Oh, we talk about it. We talked about it. Like I asked him about it. Like I went and talked to him before he went on stage. And we talk about that often as far as like whenever he's doing shows and doing stuff. I be like, bro, do you even? He say every time I go out there, it's like, what the fuck? Like this shit is crazy. Like he has that reaction. As poised as he is, and as like
cerebral and focused,
and he's a tactician.
There's still that part of him.
It's still like,
yeah,
he still be looking like this shit is crazy.
He had a couple of those moments. It almost felt like on stage where he
said,
paused.
"I'm getting emotional."
Yeah.
He don't lie. You know what I mean? He's dead ass. He's like, bro, I'm getting emotional because this. You got to understand what this means to him. The last time there was a moment like that was when Snoop gave him the torch, and he cried on stage when everybody was there. You know what I mean? That was another moment. So it's like when you have these significant moments, a couple of the homies, I'm not gonna put their business at, but a couple of the homies cried.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Backstage, at home, like we're getting those calls, and like I saw tears in Rayvon's eyes. You know what I mean? I saw that. You know, the homie Zoe Osama, like he actually got emotional. Like what me and YG shared a moment. Like it's a moment, and I think it's just like for us being from this environment and being able to pull off something like that. Like
I was gonna say, from your perspective, you feel like you knew they were trying to execute that, but then to actually do it, how did you process that?
I went right into work mode. That's why I said I still not being able to relish in it. Like my phone is in shambles. I can't.
DJ had to say he hasn't even slept yet.
I slept a couple hours, but I just couldn't because there was just a lot going on. But
look at this, my guy. Look at my boy. Look at the dog.
Hey, come on.
Setting the show off.
Come on.
Did you get nervous? Did you get nervous?
No, I don't get nervous. I just, like I said, it's just execution. You got to think. So for me, I'll be honest with you. For me specifically, a lot of people on my set are from environments that don't necessarily collaborate with other environments.
Yeah.
And so these people from this section, these people, and it was on me to really curate that environment. Mm-hmm. And even at rehearsal, like PG Lang was filming most of everything, so they'll probably put out what they want, but I make sure to, I made sure to gather everybody up. It was a huge. It was everybody from all these sections, huge huddle of all at home. I don't have no pictures. No, they took our phones. Like we couldn't because it was that classified. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is why I was hella vague with you, but I just told everybody once I had them all in one space. I'm like, I don't need y'all to to get along. I don't need you to be homies. I mean, be friends. I just need. Dot has specifically chosen this group of people to be here.
Oh, that's dope. So you're saying everybody was approved ultimately by...
Everybody that was on the show was directly approved by PG Lang.
And did you put it together and then presented it to them? Or what was the curation?
They brought me the group of people that they wanted on their show.
Gotcha.
And they were like, here's the group of people we want on our show. Curate this to where it sounds good, it looks good, it feels good, it makes sense.
Oh, so you picked out the cadence of who comes out
from a DJ perspective. Gotcha. Correct. So my job was that's why I said I went right into work mode. It was like I have to make this flawless, and I have to make it because I know what this means. I know what this is gonna be. You know what I mean? 100%. So there were a couple of like I guess you can call them like audibles at the line of scrimmage that we had to make as far as time and adjustments and stuff like that. Like, G Perico is his own artist. Kalen For Real is his own artist. They have a song together that's one of the biggest songs in LA over the last, so they did the song together. It makes sense. Rucci and AZ Chike, it makes sense for them to do the song together because that Light It Up record is huge from an LA cultural perspective. And nobody, like, it was no egos. It was like, let's do this for the city. And I just appreciate everybody on my set for just rocking with me and trusting me and allowing me. I had a couple of moments with a couple of artists where they weren't ready, you know, for the opportunity, and it's like, bro, I need you to get your shit together. Like, this is the moment. So I dedicate that time because I know what that means, and when we were coming up, I never really had that. Nobody really pulled us aside and was like, hey, this is how you properly speak into a mic. This is how you properly, you know, et cetera. So I try to be what I needed.
Y'all saying there's one brother, my guy Brian from DJ Booth, is Brian Z. He took the tweet down because he caught backlash where he was like, he felt maybe some of the artists aren't really taking advantage of this moment, right? They're not stage ready or not as like ready to, you know, and it happens with new artists. Like, they never had to look like this. So I don't know if that's that. No.
Yeah, that's talking about deleting the tweet.
Yeah, he deleted the tweet. But yeah, you think about the idea, because again, I'm snapping on people that wasn't in the building because I'm being like, you know, hardcore with that. But so many people watched it on the stream. Beautiful stream. Shout out to Amazon Music. And it's like, you think about Hed, like, what does that mean for these artists to have this type of look at this level of their career?
It's everything to them. Like I said, a lot of the homies was emotional. Like, I'm still it's different when you get an artist like Jason Martin, Problem, or you get somebody who's a seasoned vet like RJ. RJ on stage is probably it's ballet. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Like, and when you go see an RJ show, it's beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of the homies, like, they understood the assignment. It was like, this is not, and I made it clear when I was talking to people, it was like, this ain't about you. This ain't about me. My name is on the thing. There's 3 names on the marquee. It's still not about me.
Talk that talk, Hed.
Not like that. No, I'm saying it's still not about me. It's about us.
It's about you being a service to the situation.
I'm the service. I went right into work mode, and so
it's almost a challenge to everything that you say because you advocate the West Coast so much. It's almost like a challenge for you. This is going to be one of the most important nights in West Coast hip hop history. You got to set the table and make that shit right.
And we're starting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think, for me, I feel like if it was up to me, I would have had everybody on there. Like, you know what I mean? But obviously it's not that time constraints. It's no way. There were hella people that weren't there. And people, like, some people were there in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, and they just understood, like, yo, this ain't about me. This is the moment for everybody.
Bigger, yeah.
It's bigger than me. And I appreciate everybody who feels like that, because you can't, it's no way in hell you can have everybody from a region or a section on one stage.
Yeah.
It's just not possible logistically. Now, you might want to swap people, and that all just depends on whoever curates the lineup. That's neither here nor there. Even when I'm not included in certain things, not shout out, but to mention the Global Spin Awards. I was never included on none of that shit. Never. I was never nominated, none of that. And I've been doing the same thing that everybody else has been doing. I don't take it as an opportunity to make it about me, though, because it's bigger than me. They're showing recognition to DJs. I'm a DJ. I appreciate that. I'm from the West. I'm from Los Angeles. We're showing love to Los Angeles. We're showing love to the West. I appreciate that, whether I'm at the house or I'm in the arena. Yeah. And I just expect the same energy.
Well, to that point, I think people watching from the outside, I think you can provide good perspective on this uniquely. What this meant to LA in terms of unity. Not only all the artists who were from LA who had that opportunity, but at the end, when Kendrick said, this is unlike anything that's ever been done. There's people from every section, gangs that do not get along are all on stage, unified for the city. What does that mean to LA, and how impactful is that moment? Is this like anything we've ever seen before?
We've seen it one time before. Like, obviously there's been peace treaties and stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but to keep it real with you, LA gang politics is not necessarily for mainstream media, and it's not for the world to understand. It's really our thing. And I'm not a gang member, but I'm from the same environments that everybody else is from. And so, not to speak for them, but I understand that the texture and the sentiment is, if you don't understand it, we don't give a fuck. It's not for you to understand. And so I think, like, when you have a moment like that, it's really for, like, Dot's intention going into it, which I can't speak on, was he wanted to show the world that we can do this too. It's not just like, oh, you know, these people on this side or that people on this. Like, no, we can do this too. It's not always fights and you know, gunplay and animosity and, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's that too. It's that too out
It
here.
can go there.
It's that too.
But it didn't.
But it's not. That's not what
Yeah.
we own right now. And that was the intention and sentiment going into it. That was a direct order from them. This
Yeah.
is not an anti anyone concert. This
Yeah.
is a pro us concert. And that's something that I always say. You can go back on my Twitter 10 years. I'm not anti anybody. I'm pro us.
And can you explain that people don't know the significance of Tommy the Clown?
Tommy the Clown is a legend from LA, bro. He had a movie come out called Rise when we was like all in school. Shout out to Larry the Clown too. I don't want to dismiss his impact in the streets either. But Tommy the Clown he used to do these things at the Forum, which we were there last night.
Yeah.
He used to do these events called Battle Zone, and it was all ages. And I'm sure you guys have seen crump dancing, clown
Yeah,
dancing, stuff like that. I'm sure you guys have seen that. That's what this is, and that's real LA shit. You know what I mean? And I think to keep it real with you, that's what I was trying to explain to y'all when we first started this show. You can't fuck with culture. Tommy the Clown is LA culture. You know what I mean? It's dance, it's the music, it's the tempo, it's the vibration, it's expression. Crump dancing, clown dancing.
So is there a disconnect? Because Maul even tweeted, like, from Joe Budden, not formerly Joe Budden, Rory and Maul. He said Tommy the Clown got more time than Tyler the Creator. Like, why do you think that's important for Tommy the Clown to get more time maybe than
That's
Tyler?
not for him to understand.
Tyler.
He wouldn't understand because he's not of it. It's not for him to understand.
But
Tyler the Creator came out on a set that Mustard was doing.
Yes, indeed. Beautiful moment.
He did his set. I mean, he did his guest appearance.
Yeah.
Tommy the Clown had his own set.
Yeah.
It
But
was
why
a
is
part-
that important?
It was a
Because
part of
it's
my
serious.
set. That's
Yeah.
important because Tommy the Clown has influenced an entire generation of culture from a music standpoint and from an expression standpoint. There are gang members who reformed their lives through clown and crump dancing. Full-on gang members, full-on killers, like active gang members who found dance as a form to express themselves and probably save their lives or the lives of others. That's not the same thing as, well, he had a longer set time. I don't know how that even it matters in my opinion.
Just wanted to break it down.
Is there anyone who you really would have liked to see for one way or another who wasn't able to make it? I know the one that a lot of people were talking about online was Baby Keem. He was there, obviously, but was that like a strictly, an LA thing? I know some people were saying he's from Carson.
If it was up to me, I would have included people from the Bay, San Diego, Oregon, Washington. I absorb
Coast.
So
Arizona.
West.
I absorb Nevada. I want all of it. You know what I mean? But it just, bro, how do you do that?
You can't get
Yeah, you
everybody.
can't fit
Yeah.
everybody.
There's no way to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was up to me, obviously I would curate a lineup. Like if it was up to me to curate an entire lineup, our shit would look like Rolling Loud. You know what I mean? Like it would just be, it'd be 2 days like WrestleMania, bro. It'd be just 2 days of just everybody performing. But it's not up to me.
So, Head, how did you feel when, like, you get your Tommy the Clown, everything, you do your set, little break time, Mustard? What's going through your mind at that time? You delivered your set. It's time for Mustard and Friends. How are you feeling at that time?
Exhausted. Just
But in a good way.
In a good way, but energetically and spiritually and emotionally just exhausted. Because you understand it. And we always say this, me and my manager Salas, we always say, like, we're not in the talent business, we're in the relationship business. Having to manage people is a specific skill set. That's why everybody has a horror story about working for a terrible boss. Everybody. Because managing human beings is a skill set.
Yes.
That's not necessarily my strong suit.
And it takes energy too.
It takes an extensive amount of energy to manage people who otherwise would be able to impose their will on you. In had it been a different situation. But like I said, it was respect, and it was just like, hey, I'm charged with the task of this. This is what
You got to set the tone for the whole night. That's a heavy responsibility.
I'm charged. This is a lot of responsibility, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because if I fuck up, if y'all miss a cue,
And there's a live stream again. Shout out to the Amazon.
we're
for
going
live
across
stream.
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of eyes.
There's no delay either. I think there was like a
15-second
delay in the stream.
We're live.
We're live, bro. So
Charlamagne, we're live.
So it's just like it's no room for error, and I just thank God that
But did you feel you did a good job in that moment, or you couldn't even fully process
Couldn't
it?
process it. I still haven't processed it. I'm telling you, I haven't even gone through how I feel, and none of it. It's still fresh. I don't know.
From the outside, we've said this off camera, but I was just so proud. I know.
Yeah, I felt connected to
really,
it. I actually felt connected to your
Yeah.
moment.
Like-
That's why I put it up. I said, my dog, DJ Hed.
Yeah.
It's like, we know each other through the years, and like again, maybe I traded my friendship with Drake to do a show with this guy, but fuck it, it's worth it. 'Cause it was the right thing at the time, and like it earned the respect. Like we didn't think that we thought he's gonna be in the crowd, he's gonna be in the building, but for Hed to have that opportunity to set the tone that night speaks volumes, like he said, to his relationships, but also his importance to the West Coast and what he provides for it, and how consistent he's been with his messaging and with his work that he's put in. That's why Effective immediately what he's doing. Gina Views is important, and I'm proud to be close with you, my guy. That's why I gave you a T-shirt. And I need Effective immediately shirt. I need one.
No, I got you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was occupied. I couldn't go get my own PG Lang merch. I mean,
He was working.
I was working my ass off, but we didn't find out about that moment until later on in the show. Like Dot was already on stage when they hit everybody and was like, "Hey, Dot wants everybody to come on stage."
Oh, so that
wasn't
Oh,
planned.
so you're talking about last? So
That was not part of.
I want to pull back, but we can fast forward. So the finale of everybody on stage, right? And they say, well, it's all gang culture and now the gangs are you not. Like, it's to me, it's deeper than that. Can you explain what that last moment of the show meant? And you're saying it was kind of an organic thing where
It was
happened?
super organic, but it was more like natural and that's what we're doing. Okay, let's do it. Like, and everybody was just on code. Like,
he was even pulling people up from the crowd, like, "Yo,
yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're good. You're good.
Come on.
You're
I
good.
heard him say Hed, like, get up here."
because I wasn't getting up there. I was just, I'm not that guy,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was actually leaving.
Really?
Yeah, I was trying to sneak out.
Because you knew on the exit it was gonna take hours to get out, stabbing everybody.
bro.
Man, I saw you up there. You was up there at the end, though.
So
He was looking the other way.
I'm standing down in the pit, and I'm trying to help the girls get up. I'm like, yo, because everybody, it was so many people.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to help the girls get up, and there were kids, and then everybody was trying to get up there, but it's like there's still business that has to happen. There's still fire marshal. There's still regulations, and like he didn't give a fuck about none of that. So it was like
Russell Westbrook wants to dance.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook was dancing.
DeMar was there. Like it was
DeMar,
DeMar.
Compton.
LeBron,
Yeah.
like so it was just so many people. So I'm like, bro, I'm chilling. I'm gonna stay
You
right
trying to
here.
lay low.
And I had my backpack, and my dude Sasha, I think, was standing next to me, and I'm like, all right, I'm gone. Like I'm finna just make my way back.
You
to
try to make the big exit? You try to do the
well,
great escape?
I do the Irish.
The
exit.
Irish.
The Irish exit.
Yeah,
Irish
way
exit
better.
king?
I don't dab everybody. I'm
DJ Hed is about the Irish exit?
100%.
I love a good Irish exit. Yeah.
100. I don't say bye to everybody. Fuck all that. Like I'm gone. Even at a concert, I'm like, we go to a concert together. My whole team know we on the freeway during the last song.
He don't say bye?
No, you're not there for the encore.
At all. They know. Like I told everybody. Hey, my team know we out. Hey, this the because I get the set list ahead of time.
Yeah, you're
all right.
right.
So when he starts this record, if you're not here, you getting left.
So at which point during the
How
five
did you get pulled
back-to-back
in?
Not Like Us did you
So-
What
start
made you
leaving?
want to get back on that stage?
So Salas was like, "Yo, he wants everybody on stage." I'm like, "Fuck, okay."
Shout out.
So I'm like, all right. So we all start making our way back. Me, Blast, Roddy, like YG, like everybody's just mobbing over there. The Whoops, like it was just a sea of people going back over there. And I'm like, bro, this is finna be stupid. Like the stage is big enough, but the way to get to the stage is not. There's a choke point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a smaller entry
It was-
point,
I
right?
was shocked that they had people still walking up there and
No, but it
didn't
is like he said. I went to the side. Like the stage is so wide, but the entry point is
It's
like
so
a narrow.
yeah.
thing to get
it's
to the
narrow,
stage.
and they built it like that because they wanted people to make the surprise entrances through the tunnel. So long story short, I'm just standing there. I'm like, all right, this is the good time for me to make my exit. Why everybody like dancing? So I'm like, I start walking out, and I see Ant and Dave, and they glancing, and I saw them. I was like, fuck, they saw me.
You felt like they wanted you to make sure you got in that
Well,
stage.
I'm just like that. They saw me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I can't
No
leave
more
now.
Irish.
So I just went back. I told the homie, I was like, bro, can you hold my bag, bro? I gotta.
I gotta hit that stage.
And he was like, yeah, I'll hold your bag. I'm like, all right. So I'm just standing there, and I'm like, maybe they'll be like, all right, that's enough. And that's when Dot was like, Hed, come on. I'm like, okay.
Also, he's
So Dot signals you to get
Yeah,
up there.
he said like on the mic too. He said,
You heard it?
"Yeah, I have it on video." He said, "Hed, come here. And then he's acting all coy, but when Hecht gets on stage, he's out there taking people's cameras. He's hyping the crowd up. He had everybody going. It was a moment. Like,
well, I also know what it's like to be on the other side of the barricade. And there are people who, I'm from LA, there are people who recognize, there are people who are listening to me on the radio, or they fans, or whatever they are. I call them supporters.
Yeah,
and
they are.
It's like, yo, I see you, I appreciate it. It's nothing I can do, but at least I can, at least I can do is take your phone, go get a shot of Kendrick like me, and then
if you guys have that video, if you guys have that video, tweet it at us and we'll repost it in the next video. Man.
Just trying to,
yeah.
I'm just a servant.
Okay, to go back a little bit, so we talked about the Tyler thing. I want to talk about that moment because after Hed set the tone and set the evening off crazy, did his job. It's time for Mustard and Friends, which was an amazing set also. To me, the two highlights was bringing out Tyler and Dom Kennedy. So I want to talk about Tyler first because, again, I think it speaks to like kind of what we talked about another episode before. Was like Tyler wasn't always embraced by the scene, right? This wasn't so for him to come out. I literally saw because I got once I paid my G to get in the building, I saw Tim Henshaw, and he reluctantly gave me the little Forum Club pass. So I went up to the home of Jerry.
He said reluctantly.
I'm staying on business. Jerry busted like the whole little Forum Club the same. So I saw coming down the elevator was Taco and Lionel, OF kids. I feel like the uncle with them, like because I've known the OF kids from the beginning. And even though I saw Taco and Lionel, I didn't think Tyler's here or touching the stage.
Yeah.
So when Tyler came out, like that pop, and it's just like, what's your name? It's just like such a little slow bop, and they did Earthquake afterwards, crazy. But like, just what does it mean for Tyler to come out during that set? And what did you make of the reception that the crowd gave him at that time?
Insane. But Tyler I don't look at Tyler as being, and also you commenters, I use obtuse in the proper context. I don't look at Tyler as being obtuse in this situation. I know my diction. Thank you very much.
Pause.
Tyler's not obtuse in this situation because Dot and PG Lang and TDE have never done anything by the book either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Not Like Us is the most by the book thing Dot has ever done.
Wow.
If you be honest, you know what I mean? If you think about it, like when it comes to
West Coast,
our sound, our tempo, our the energy that LA bring, like, whatever. So, I mean, do with that what you will. But Tyler being a part of this is not obtuse to me because he and Dot actually have a real relationship. I know he fuck with Mustard tough too, but Tyler's never done the traditional.
Yeah,
he's always gone against
Mustard.
the box.
Yeah, he's always done his own thing too.
Look how happy he looks. Look how happy my guy looks.
I think that's more important. I think that's the bigger takeaway than anything is Tyler doesn't do anything traditional. So it's not about him sticking out in the situation. It's more about him sticking out in a way that he's still Tyler in this environment. Yeah. Just the same way Dot. You know what I mean? You got a couple of art records, him and Absol, and you got a couple of things that are the what you expect from them. I think the bigger takeaway is Tyler being involved in something like this that he probably otherwise wouldn't even be included in if it wasn't Kendrick.
Yeah.
Because it's Mustard set. It wasn't Kendrick's set. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I want to get to Not Like Us, but before we actually get to the 5-time performances, Dre introducing it I thought was interesting because I went back and I thought, where have I heard Dre, I See Dead People? And I went back to the Game One Blood intro where that's what he says. And he said, Dre, I see dead people. So for Dre to be the person in this, and that was a Dre diss too. That was a Dre, and he told me
I'm gonna do an album without Dre's production at that time.
So to me, I thought that was so slick, and I know that they're calculated enough to know that was, and the Game was.
These West Coast guys are too cerebral for me, man.
The Game was noticeably missing, and also did seem to side a little bit with Drake. So I thought that was a cool double entendre, whether intended or not. But for Dre to intro, I thought that was such a cool moment because no one expected him to be the person to set that off.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's just monumental. Like you said, we're cerebral, and a lot of times, I said this on stage actually after Ray Vaughn's performance, but we don't get credit for being MCs on this side. You know what I'm saying? All these lists that come out never include us because they're not quote unquote traditional MCs and stuff like that. Now, to with that being said, we're also not included in being tacticians in the way that we maneuver. One of the reasons that Dot wins this is because he out-strategized, correct?
Correct, yeah.
we're tacticians as well. We move in a cerebral, integral, but also intentional way in the same capacity anybody else can. So I think that we all, like I said, he wanted the world to see us like this, right? We're not just animals. These people are very smart. Some of the most low-key people that you probably never see. Dave Free posts once every 6 months.
Yeah.
Once every 6 months. And he'll give you a reel of like, this is the last week. And it'd be random shit. It'd be a picture of the sky with.
That's why there was enough for even Drake to use his comment, because he never comments.
It'd be like a picture of the sky with a fucking bird, and you'd be like, life is beautiful. It's like, bro, Dave, what is this? You know what I mean? But Dave is one of the most strategic, smart, greatest minds that people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will never get to.
Can we take a moment to like talk about that? Like why that show was so special, the creative direction, all the details of what like Mike Carson. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Mike Carson.
Was it Cornell? Used to
Shout
be a complex.
Yep.
Like the fact that PG Lang, obviously Dave and what was Dave and Kendrick as video directors called?
Was it not PG Lang? Like
No, remember when David and Kendrick would do videos, what did they call themselves before PG Lang? I can't remember what it was, but anyhow, there's like these creative minds, right? Like to me, it's all rooted in the blog era, right? Like if Rap Radio was in the blog era, it's like Mike Carson, Cornell, Dave's the genius, like empowering these other creatives, like all the details. There's some of the credits, like Dave Free, Cornell Brown. It's like I just want to shout them out because of the execution of the whole idea. It's like. It's not just Kendrick. It's like having other great creative minds behind them to make sure everything is precise, and you see the details. It's down to the details, and that was also part of why last night was so special.
I think to be said too, like we were in constant contact with Cornell, with Mike, going through everything, and it was on them to execute the. Because
there's so many acts, right? Like that's a hard.
I said this when we were in my trailer. I was like, bro, I would never want to be in charge of a production like this. I'm cool with just showing up and DJing, bro, or hosting, whatever. Be like doing logistics for something like this. Like, okay, like I went just because I'm a nerd and I'm a fan of like how intricate things work. I'm standing by the pyro guy and I'm watching him. He has a cue sheet, but then he has the live stream, but then he's looking at the stage and it's just like, it's fucking madness.
Yeah, you got to deliver in the moment and you got to deliver to the audience.
He can't blow somebody up. You know what I mean? You love me? Like,
and it looked like a couple times it looked like some of those fires.
And so he's like, boom, and then it's a white dude. I'm surprised he had rhythm like that, but he was like, boom. He's like, boom, 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 and then the camera moves.
Jeremy, we're gonna edit that out. Don't worry, Jeremy.
There's a hilarious meme going around of DJ Hed trying to get me to say the N-word.
It is?
Yeah, there's a meme. There's a comment. Also, you got my girl will be listening to music. She'll say, what did he say? I have my own people trying to get me, okay?
Jeremy will
but
never say the N-word. Jeremy never said the word.
Saying
never.
That, okay?
A bigger picture.
You probably said it before. So you saying you've never said it in your life?
Never in my life.
You've never. Have you said it? Have you said it? Have you said it
this?
in your head while you was
I
rapping?
bleep it in my head. This is my thing.
You bleep it in your head. That's bullshit.
No. No, here's the thing.
DJ Hed, can you read this? DJ, please read this.
I love how Jeremy just laughs off Head trying to set him up. It's obvious he's not worried about slipping. I trust he doesn't even try it behind closed doors.
This is the thing.
I don't get what she's saying that you don't practice your N-word.
I don't practice the N-word. No. That is a correct statement.
So you don't if you don't practice your N-word, it just fly off. It just
No, never flies off. Here's the thing. Never out loud. Here's the thing. Okay, this is just a quick sidebar. But shout out to my dude.
Critics of Culture.
Critics of Culture.
Shout out Critics of Culture.
Critics of Culture is going.
DJ Hed looks to try to get Jeremy to say the N-word.
My thought was, I knew the space that I wanted to be in life. I know that this is a culture that I'm a guest in that has accepted me and allowed me to be on this platform. I know that one slip up and me saying it at all, my career is over. Not only my ability to be in this space with integrity is over. So I don't even practice.
So when YG hit that stage and did how do you enjoy that song, Jeremy?
I told her to look. She was sitting next to me. No, I didn't even sing the hook. I didn't even open my mouth during the hook. I didn't even say the my. I was just.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And then we can get to the finale.
Yeah.
Do you know the words to YG, to that song?
I know like 50% of the words, yeah.
Okay. So in you knowing the words, that means you have to have said the word in your brain.
No, because I know. The,
Yeah.
because I know the clean version.
I got it.
I said no.
No, you ain't got it. You ain't got
Hey,
him.
chat.
He did not.
I got it. He
You
says it in
streaming
his
now?
head.
Are you a streamer? Chat.
I know.
Chat.
I'm making
Listen,
fun of it.
okay, all right, okay.
You home not watching the show? Let me part of the show.
Even when I read the lyric, I just I go to the next line. But okay, to close
In
off,
order to bleep a word, you have to know the word is coming.
I know.
So you had to have said the word in your mind to bleep it. West Coast.
Okay, all right. We'll
I'm
end on the
West
West
Coast
Coast.
Wilson.
We'll end on the West Coast. But listen, to close off, Kendrick. So
Kendrick said.
B Dot put out this list, which we can talk about
Yay.
next time. He put Kendrick
Yay,
as the number
B-Dot's
one
list.
rapper
Shout out B-Dot.
alive right
B
now.
Dot came to California and saw the show
But
live in person.
I want to know your guys' take. Where does Kendrick Lamar stand on all-time greatest rappers list, and what number do you have?
You know
him
what?
at
I'm
right
gonna do something
now?
off script. Pull up Bootleg Kev. Bootleg Kev on
That's your homie. That's a Chico.
pull up Bootleg Kev on his Instagram. Pull up Bootleg Kev's Instagram, and he
Lord.
posted the top 10 rappers list. That's the one we going.
Jeremy, do you know Bootleg Kev and DJ Hed used to have a show together?
I do. Yes,
Okay.
that is.
It's
your guy.
biased. As
B-Dot
the
and
internet
you
kids
had-
say, you're biased.
Go on Bootleg Kev's Instagram. He
DJ
wrote
Hed your bio.
He wrote a
Alright,
list
let's-
just like B Dot, and we're gonna go with that list.
You good with that list?
That's what we gonna go
You
with.
co-sign Bootleg Kev's list?
100%.
Is it a top 10?
It's a top 10 of this year so far.
So
Okay.
bootleg.
Shout
Bootleg
out B-Dot for
Kev's-
sending the
Read
tone.
it out, Jeremy.
This is his top 10 rappers of 2024 so far.
And you're not going to do B-Dot's list first?
No,
That's rude.
bro, stop with
Rap
your
Radar
nepotism.
Podcast coming back
Stop
soon.
trying to punk Jeremy, bro.
Next time we're going through his list fully.
Stop
We
trying to
gotta-
punk
You trying to make him say the N-word.
No, Jeremy's my nigga. Look.
Hey, easy.
All right, put it up. Read that, Jeremy. Go.
All right.
That's your list.
Kendrick
No,
Lamar.
That's DJ Hed's list.
Look at the bottom.
We'll go from 10 to 1. Number 10, the greatest rapper alive. Number 9, Compton's Human Sacrifice. Number 8, Mr. Morale minus the Big Steppers. Number 7, The Good Kid in the Mad City. Number 6, The Certified Boogeyman. Number 5, Oklama.
Okay, Llama.
Okay, Llama. Yeah, sorry, his
God damn it,
his
Jeremy.
alter ego. Okay, all right. See, sometimes you can read things wrong. So what if I've just
I'm
read
just
it wrong?
saying, sometimes
what
you
if
gotta-
I've read it wrong and I've never actually said it?
Sometimes you
Okay.
gotta pop out and correct niggas. Go ahead.
Okay.
He's not a nigga, though.
People. Okay, fair.
Sidebar.
Number 4, Kendrick Duckworth. Number 3, K. Dot. 2, Kung Fu Kenny. Number 1.
That's your list, DJ Hed. Of course you love that
It says
list.
Bootleg Kev on it.
Next episode, we're doing the top 10, but DJ Hed said he's not going to submit his top 10 because
I'm not participating.
he has some criteria. Why can't you do a top 10 MCs
Because I
list?
think that the way that people do their things is lame.
we could do it right. Fuck them.
Okay.
Us.
Yeah.
It's about us.
We make the
Y'all-
They
standard.
not like us.
Y'all make y'all
They
list.
not like us.
Y'all make y'all list and I critique it.
Why can't we? They not like us. Why can't you make it like us?
The top 10 list is mine. My list is gonna be biased.
It's gonna be Kendrick.
It's gonna be West Coast.
It's gonna look
It's your
similar
set
to,
list?
similar to Kev's list.
A lot of Kendrick.
I will say, though, I think that having Kendrick anywhere outside a top 10 conversation all time is outrageous at this
Is he
point.
serious?
All time. I'm talking about all time.
What the fuck are we doing up here? Is it what,
Having Kendrick
outside the top 10?
is crazy, and having him outside a top 5 is questionable at this point.
Questionable?
Top 5 all time.
Yo,
dead
we
or
was
alive.
trying to get you out of. We need to swap him out.
Well,
We-
no. Explain. Explain. So you're saying it's absolutely certified that he's
In the top 5?
of all time.
You saying who?
I don't think there's people out there who disagree with that.
What do you
statement.
think?
I said absolutely.
He's in the top 5?
Yes.
Then what the fuck them people? What we talking about?
Well, I wanted your opinion on it.
You know my opinion, Jeremy Hecht.
Okay, what about you? You have him top 5
All time? Here's where I struggle. And again, I'm gonna throw this last lifeline to the boy Aubrey Dre Graham.
Oh my God.
Here's where I struggle.
As
All right,
he
look,
wears the
let's-
Ken and Friend
You do
shirt.
this, and I'm gonna recuse myself while you do this.
Are you recusing?
All right, go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
want me to
Irish
renounce the East Coast?
No.
And now you're gonna recuse.
Go ahead.
In my world,
Copy your plea. He's
I
not
live in
gonna
a
follow
world
you back,
where
Elliott.
I live in a world where Jay-Z is the GOAT. He's a Jordan. I always had Drake at number 2, but this Kendrick guy, he solidified he's at least at number 3, and it's like this is such a great cultural moment, such a win for me. We didn't even talk about his set yet. We gotta do that before we get out of here. It's like Kendrick's set. It's like, to me, like it's hard for any other rapper to act like you're not Hove, Drake, or Kendrick. If you think about overall history of hip hop and what you've done, the big 3 is that. However you want to spot, whether you want a Kendrick 2 or Drake 3rd, like The Big Free has changed forever by this Drake Kendrick battle and the extra layers of it by this incredible show that Kendrick did at the Pop Out show. It's changed hip hop history.
Well, this is what I'll say in regards to that, and we'll close. Our first episode here, Jeremy. What was Elliott wearing?
An OVO Scorpion jacket.
And what is he wearing right now, Jeremy?
A Ken and Friends, the pop-out
Let
shirt.
me tell you something. This last night was the
You
first
don't gotta tell
time.
me shit.
Last night was the first time. Like shout out my man Frazier from GQ.
Shout out to
I
Fraser.
took so many photos with fans in the West. This is the most love I ever got in the West Coast. One night, I took so many photos. Everyone's excited to see Wyan in the building. Like that's the most love I've ever felt from the West Coast in one night.
There's no going back.
It was beautiful.
You're a part of the West now.
Hey,
I'm not ready to renounce yet. I'm West Coast Wilson, but I'm not ready to renounce the East.
I just want to say, let me back into Canada. I do have to go there in July. I know that I'm.
what are y'all copping pleas for, bro? What the fuck?
I want to get back into the country. My family's there. I love Canada still, but we got to wrap.
No, I need one last thing. Kendrick set. DJ Hed, break down how you feel the actual set. DJ Kendrick Lamar set.
He's a surgeon, and
Right.
I think he set the tone with the first record. And
Wearing a Pac-inspired outfit. What's going on with that?
And changing the
Source Awards?
lyrics too. He told Drake, "Give the ring back, and I'll show you some
Dot
respect."
is extremely surgical, and I've never seen anybody execute like him.
They say he did not drink any water. What is this level of conditioning he has?
I've never seen anybody execute in real time like Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. I've never seen anybody as surgical and as tactical as Kendrick Lamar Duckworth in the way that he approaches things. So when it comes to those think pieces on YouTube about, oh, like this means that and this is that, and it ain't that deep. Like he's not doing that. But when it comes to the way he presents to the world, that's always intentional every time, in my opinion.
Nettie rose to the moment.
West Coast.
West Coast.
All right, we will be back. Comment what you want us to talk about next week, and shout out to the bigger picture audience.
Yeah. Bigger picture.